All right, positive energy all the time. Hope everybody's doing great. For mature audiences only. Okay. So I'm going to be talking about TPS and the Haitian situation a lot more than I care to, but it is, I feel, going to end up being a huge story historically. And so I'm trying to watch it every step of the way and speak on it all the time. Everybody, rep your city, rep your city, represent your city, support the channel, hit the like button. My mods want me to tell you to hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button. So a lot's going on. Now my thing with the Haitians, I want to get this straight. I'm not covering this because I'm cheering for Haitians to be deported. But, I'm not a strong supporter after the lady called us dirty black Americans. I'm not really, I don't really have my mind straight when it comes to them. I think I'm prejudiced. I think I'm prejudiced towards Haitians because of that. Which I shouldn't be. I don't think I should be. So I'm trying to really wrap my mind around that. I'm trying to deal with that. Good to see you, Kathy. Salute, Quayla. Salute. So I'm really trying to deal with that. This is the first time that I've had uh, this particular situation where someone from a certain group did something and it affected me, made me not really care for the entire group. So I'm fighting that, trying to, still be fair and balanced. I think the hard part is the way we were grouped in that statement as dirty black Americans with an S. It really insulted like every last one of us. It's really hard to overlook that type of insult, especially when it goes viral. This is my first time dealing with something like that. Because, there's been racial slurs thrown at black people for a long time. But this is the first time that a statement like that really bothered me. To me, it's the worst thing I've ever heard concerning black Americans. I've never heard nothing that bad. I ain't kidding. I really don't like that lady at all. I'm not kidding. And then I think it's mixed with her nasty disposition. Oh man, she's a nasty person. Her disposition was just horrible. So I'm trying to deal with that and think, okay, you can't hold this against all Haitians. So I'm trying to deal with that. But also, the blame, and that's not helping me really respect the Haitians either, because Donald Trump and the Republicans ended TPS. But all of their smoke is towards us. That's not helping nothing either. So I'm looking at Haitians and I'm saying, what do we have to do with the end of TPS and the Trump administration throwing you out? Typically, foundational black Americans vote Democrat or don't vote at all. What do we have to do with a Republican president and a Republican Party throwing you out? So, the Haitian community they're looking real cowardly too, like they don't want to address Trump because they scared he'll speed it up, I guess. So they're throwing all of this at us. I can't help but think you never liked us. I mean, make it make sense. What have we done to Haitians? They don't like us. Now they keep bringing up what something happened to them in the third grade. So if you just holding on to people doing stuff to you in the third grade, I can hold on to you calling us dirty black Americans then, right? I mean, what are we doing? And see, this is the thing. This is the beef I got with Haitians. You see in Chicago, Haitians, they got to step their game up because what they went through was in Miami and New York. America got 50 states, right? What they went through was in Miami and New York. None of that happened in Chicago. I'm from Chicago. So why I got to be a dirty black American? Why all black Americans are being blamed for something that happened in immigrant cities? New York and Miami are immigrant cities. And to me, the Haitians should look at that as an immigrant beef. Because I guarantee you, a lot of those people that was calling them names weren't even foundational black American. They probably was Jamaicans and other islanders, most likely. Most, what's the odds that everybody that was calling them something was a foundational black American in New York and in Miami, when Miami's an immigrant city? How do they know those was black Americans? How do they know those wasn't Jamaicans or whatever? When you're an immigrant in an immigrant city. Make it make some sense. And so to me, the Haitians that's going to get thrown out the country have made it real bad for the Haitians that's going to still be here. I kid you not. It's not going to be a smooth ride for Haitians. I tell you that. None. But it's crazy because we don't have anything to do with TPS expiring. This is why this is so crazy. The average foundational black American didn't even know nothing about TPS or none of that situation. We didn't even know anything about the Haitian situation. I know I didn't. How would we know about the Haitian situation? How do we know who throwing you out, when they gonna throw you out? So what's all these attacks on us? And what makes them think that's smart? They're just constantly making bad decisions. Constantly. If the Republican Party under Donald Trump is going to throw you out, why would you go make more enemies? Does that make any? Does anybody thinking about that like that? Because that's what I'm looking and I'm saying, wait a minute. So the Republican Party is throwing you out, and you go make more enemies? Okay, you all aren't the brightest bulbs in the lamp. Like, who would do that? They basically, the Haitian community has basically kicked their legs from under. Like, seriously. And it's like, a lot of us have even though we identify as foundational black American, a lot of us have a rooted, in America, a lot of us have a small rooted Pan-African demeanor. You know, even though we're FBA, even though we're black Americans, we've always had a little bit of a like black people. And I ain't gonna lie, it's heartbreaking to find out. Did you know we're the only ones that was pro-black people? None of the other black people were pro-black people. None of them, including the Jamaicans. I think the reason we were so pro-black because we're the only ones come up in a white country. They come up in black country, so they used to tribal war, right? They come up in tribalism. We don't. So any blacks we would see, we looked at them as brothers and sisters. And now we find out the Africans ain't brothers and sisters. We Akata and all this. The Jamaicans, we ain't brothers and sisters. We Yankees and all this. The Haitians ain't brothers and sisters. We all this. We don't have no allies in the black diaspora. When I see black people going to Africa, I believe Africa is playing them. I think business people in South Africa, I believe that's decent in the business world, but I wouldn't trust the South African people because see, you got black Americans working in South Africa with the business South Africans, and they saying that's going good. But what does the business opportunity between black Americans and black South Africans got to do with the streets and the Zulus and them? They'll still turn on you. because they're not doing business. They just tribal in the streets. So I really can't say I trust South Africans. Although brothers and sisters are doing business, but the business group don't count. It's the streets, it's the regular people that they're not doing business with. I'm really thinking, I don't think we can trust no black people. I don't think. It don't look like it. To me, it looks like all the black people are jealous of foundational black Americans. To me. To me, we're like Joseph in the Bible, that his brothers threw him in a hole and he got sold to Egypt. That's our story. I don't believe no, I believe all blacks are jealous of us. And imagine we was in the belly of the beast and we rise up and instead of them congratulating, they hating. On top of that, we're the number one most formidable army. None of them could get with us. None of them. Not a group in Africa could deal with us like that. I gotta be careful what I say because sometimes you're just talking, they want to pretend you promoting. I'm not promoting no violence or nothing. I'm just talking, giving scenarios. There's no way we're gonna be going to war in no Africa anyway. How we gonna get there? But I'm just saying the scenario. I don't believe they would win. Not at all. I don't believe they war ready like us. I don't believe it. But I definitely would not move to Africa. Mm-mm. I would never take my family to Africa because Africa and these other blacks around the world, they look like they'll snake you. That's why I went to Hawaii because I had brethren wanted me to go to Trinidad and I had brethren wanted me to go to Jamaica in the 80s. But I knew I couldn't trust them. I said, no, I'm going to go to an American island. I'm not going down there with y'all. I don't trust you because I used to see certain little things. And I thought those things are going to be highlighted if they're not in America. Of course, they're going to tiptoe in Chicago because it'll go bad. Of course, they're going to tiptoe in LA because it'll go bad. But I'm thinking once they get me down there in the Caribbean, I'm going to see the real hate. That's why I never went. I was thinking these brothers don't like me. These brothers really probably hate me. And they get me down there and a flip on me. That's why I didn't go down. That's why I went to Hawaii while I was still in the United States and still dominant. I wasn't going to go to Trinidad or Jamaica down there with them. Because I knew it was going to go bad. I'd mess around, get unalive down there messing with them. That's one of the main reasons the Rastafari ideology didn't go nowhere. Because there was too many haters. They wasn't really standing on that. 98% of them was full of crap. They wasn't standing on no black unity or no righteousness. A lot of them was dealing with substance abuse, with all them locks on their head and all that, and was addicted. pretty much. So I don't have any experience with Haitians, so this is kind of, when I seen the Haitian lady call us that, it kind of threw me off because I don't know what was going on down in Florida. I'm in Chicago. So I'm thinking, why would you insult black folks that wasn't in Florida and wasn't in New York? We don't know nothing about what was going on. And the worst thing about it, Haitians didn't say nothing. It looked like they enjoyed it. When you go on internet, when it's a big statements made, you see it. So if there was a whole bunch of statements against what she said, those statements would have went viral. Haitians didn't say nothing. Tell me I'm lying. Show me the viral videos of Haitians said she was wrong. I didn't see it. I didn't see videos saying she was wrong until recently when we started getting on their necks. Then it was like, no, she was wrong. But when she originally said it, I didn't see anybody come to our defense, including Jamaicans, Trinidadians, Africans. Nobody said nothing on our behalf. Nobody. Did any Jamaican rosters or anything speak on our behalf when that happened? They didn't say nothing. What about Trinidadians? They didn't say nothing. What about all the different African countries? Nobody said nothing on our behalf. Nobody said nothing. What happened to all that Pan-African nonsense in Africa? Where was that when she called us all of that? Mind you, the Africans been over there with the Akata stuff and that real bad. Ain't no way I'm going to Africa. So now we got to be, decent. You know what I'm saying? Because they in America, they the ones in a bad situation. So we got to be the positive one. We got to take the high road. Yeah, we got to take the high road. And that's cool, but I don't want to deal with them. I just don't really want to deal with none of them. I ain't going to tell you no lie. I'm really ready for black Americans to isolate, to me. I'm done. I've been around them rosters and that stuff. That was whack. Now this. And I'm like, you know what? I'm done. Because I'd be doggone if I'm going to let my children and my grandchildren be subjugated to this foolishness, especially come on this soil, playing with us on this soil. I'm going to tell you straight up. There's going to be some heavy conversations in the street about this when I go outside, but I'm not going to be promote no type of violence or nothing like that. But we're going to get it clear that, hey, none of these people is friends, okay? So y'all stay away from them. Don't deal with them. We don't want no type of violence or nothing like that. But as far as any type of relationship, that's a no with black immigrants, period, for me, which is a hard pill to swallow as long as I've been on the international mindset. I got to go change my whole mindset. It's like a woman or a man. He really love a woman. It's like a man. He really love a woman. And then after a while, he find out she just cheating on him and she just ain't nothing. And he just got to force himself to realize she don't love him back. He got to let it go. That's the relationship I've got with the black diaspora. I really don't like none of them. I don't trust none of them. I don't trust the black diaspora. I believe they're jealous of us. Every last one of them. I believe that. When I think back and I look at the behavior, I look at the constant competition. I'm looking at Godfrey, who was smiling in our face for years and years and years. And finally, when he found some Africans he could get around, look how he acting now. He like, oh, it's finally some Africans. I don't got to pretend I like black Americans. Oh, okay. That's what he looked like. Unless I'm tripping. Godfrey don't look like he happy to be around some Africans, so he ain't got to pretend he like us. That's what he looked like to me. That's what he looked like to me. He done did a whole flip flop. And I'm cool with it. Let it be like that. But you can't run around here in the United States with that. We're going to get that straight. You got to go home. Yeah, you got to go home. I ain't on no xenophobia, nothing like that. But come on, man. You know, I speak for a lot of foundation black Americans. You making us nervous now. You know, up here in our turf and you got hate in your heart. Okay, what's really going on? You think that Trinidadian brother and stuff talking about he from Trinidad and that other country and he talking about, oh, will he give us reparations? No, he said he won't give us reparations because all of the immigrants, the black immigrants can't get it. Basically, that's what he said. Like, since we shouldn't be getting no type of advantage. He ain't even looking at it like it's a debt owed to us. He looking at it like the other black folks don't get nothing that came here that ain't picked no cotton or did nothing up here. Then we shouldn't get it. That's that guy down there in Florida running for office. That's what he said. He all in our reparations business. Straight up. And I think they all getting a little bit too comfortable to me. Including him, he getting too comfortable. Somebody got to walk up on him and challenge him about all that. Really. I wish I could walk up on him and tell him, hey man, shut up and keep our name out your mouth. Just like that. Like, shut your ass up and keep us out your mouth. And we don't want you to win nothing, okay? Shut your ass up or go back where you came from. Because we don't want you to be no senator, dude. Ain't no kind of way. Like, we got these doggone people coming in here and trying to get these political positions, these black people that don't like black Americans. Then they say we shouldn't call people tethers. What the hell do you call it but a tether? That's a tether, for sure. Tethering itself to us as a black person, but hate us. What else you call it? The girl they call us dirty black Americans too. She doing a whole black American female look. She ain't represent no Haitian girl. You stole your whole swag from black American women. Okay? You Haitians wasn't doing none of that. Okay? Y'all hair was nappy and braided up. Y'all wasn't none of that. That all the way you dressing, your way you do your makeup, hair, everything, you got it up here. The Supremes and them been doing that. Y'all wasn't doing nothing. Danny Ross and the Supremes and our R&B singers been that whole style been out here. Yeah, the Byron Donaldson. I don't like him at all. These people got to be, yeah, we got to delineate, but it's also got to be some straightening. Like, people got to be told, listen, man, keep our name out your mouth. Okay? Keep our name out your mouth. Stop thinking you could just talk about us and it's cool. That's how I'm looking at it. Dude, keep our name out your mouth. This is how stuff be going too far. This how it be. This how it be. This is why we got problems in South Africa. Well, South Africans going to somebody else's country, Ghanaians and Nigerian stuff going to South Africa, which is their country, and get to stunting and saying little stuff, and then the South Africans got to run you out. Same situation. And we ain't got nothing to do with TPS expiring. So now I want them all thrown out. Since that's what we own. I wasn't on that. I wasn't on that. But now I wouldn't care if they throw all the Haitians out. All of y'all get out. Not just the TPS. Is there a bill Trump and them can sign to get you all the hell out of here? Because you is not going to come up here disrespecting us. I don't know who you think you is. Seriously, like, seriously. So now they just make more people don't like them. And they ain't going to try to flip it like we don't like them. We ain't had nothing to do with none of that. No, ain't no black America would think about no Haitians. Them people just invite that lady on the show, and she was talking all out her neck. 100, bro. I know what you saying. You know what I'm saying? You was one of them ones that went to school with me. You was them ones that came to the high school as soon as I left. My cousin generation. You were my cousin. We grew up together. So I know you know. You know, y'all wasn't playing. Y'all was just like us. But I mean, it's getting to a point, it's real disrespectful, Carmichael. It just, to me, it's just getting too disrespectful. I ain't gonna lie. It's too much. Yeah, on the internet playing. See, a lot of these immigrants, they come to America and they go to a little spot and they see a couple of black Americans and they think that's black America. Because they don't be in Chicago. They don't be in Detroit. They don't be in Milwaukee. So they ain't really stepped into black America. See, Miami is not black America. Neither is New York. They think they in black America. No, that's not black America. Chicago is black America. And this is not the city you want to come with. No disrespect. And a lot of them don't know that. Like that politician. Until he come here and go on the panel and we find out that we all go get seats out there. Because I would love to have a seat at a panel he was at. I wouldn't talk to him nice at all. I'll tell him straight up, man, keep our name out your mouth. That's what I would tell him. And we don't want you to be no kind of politician nowhere in the United States. He gonna get a whole video probably tomorrow, the next day. He gonna get a whole video. We don't want you to be no type of politician, no type of way. And all that slick stuff, because you're a politician, all on these shows thinking you can hide and pay peekaboo. Bro, we not playing like that. Like, these people come to America, don't be knowing who they playing with either. Bro, you don't know nothing about America like that. Like, you know where you at? Boy, go back to where you from and run for office down there. Because you wasn't acting like that at that college with them black Americans at that college. When them immigrants go to college with black Americans, they be on their best behavior. They don't be doing all that. They wait till they get out and start doing all that nonsense. And see, this is why Africa got problems. You saying it right now. This is why Africa got xenophobia and stuff, because people come to other people's countries and try to disrespect them, and the people go off. You seeing it live, how Africa be having xenophobia just like that. People coming, these Africans go to the other Africans' country. You not from there. You try to go into their country and say little slick stuff and try to undermine them in their country, and it go bad. Like what just happened in South Africa. This is how it be happening. I'm not saying we gonna do none of that because I don't want nobody to misinterpret. I'm just showing you that's how that be happening in Africa. We a little bit more sophisticated than that. But somebody gonna have to let black immigrants know you not coming here and taking over nothing. So that whatever y'all thinking, y'all gonna come in and infiltrate our politics and take over and change our way of life. No. Because we ain't gonna let you do it, and white Americans ain't gonna let you do it. That guy that we talking about down there, they finna switch him out for a white dude. He ain't gonna win in Florida. They done came out and said that he was trafficking and all type of stuff. Yeah, they saying they dropping allegations on him. They ruining his career right now in Florida, saying he was trafficking. I'm not saying he did, but this is what they doing in Florida, and they got a new front runner. They got a new guy, and all the whites down there gonna vote for that guy. Yeah, the legal Haitians is trolling the illegal Haitians. That's disgusting. That's disgusting. Now, who wants some people here like that? So now we dirty black Americans and all that. Okay, I'm outside one day, I meet a dude, he say from Haiti. My whole energy gonna go dark. I ain't gonna do no violence or nothing like that, but my energy gonna go dark. I probably ain't gonna want to talk to him. I'm probably not gonna want to talk to him. I'm telling you. I can't. I probably once you tell me you're from Haiti, I'm probably not gonna like you. I ain't gonna want to talk to you. 'Cause I ain't gonna promote no violence or nothing like that. We ain't no school kids. But I ain't gonna want to talk to you. Soon as you tell me you're from Haiti, my attitude gonna be like, yeah, that's where you need to go back. And I'll probably tell you right in your face. You need to consider going back. And I'm gonna walk off. I don't want to talk to you. I don't really like y'all. Not to the point I promote no violence or nothing. I'm just promoting. I don't want to have nothing to do with you. I don't want to push no hate or nothing like that because that's ridiculous. We grown. So I ain't talking about no hate speech or no hate. I'm just talking about not want to deal with you. I just don't want to deal with you. Don't talk to me like go over there, go do whatever you do, but I don't like you. I don't want to deal with you. If it's up to me, you ain't winning nothing nowhere in the United States. We don't want no Haitian representative. Somalians ain't nothing but a handful of weirdos. They ain't nobody. All that stuff they be saying, that's because other cities are small. This Chicago, we laugh. I had a Somalian DM me or something about he's some Somalian gang, something and all that. That shit was funny. I said, dude, you a fool. That was funny. I was like, dude, you a fool. You up there in Minnesota. Boy, this Chicago. Boy, you is a real fool. You is a nobody. I'm not even in the streets. I can come up there and take that whole area. Facts. I just ain't into violence and all that. But I could go up there to Minnesota and take that from the Haitians right now. Easy. Somalians, I could take that. That whole place, I could take it just like that. It would be easy peasy. They ain't. I go up there to Minnesota, Minneapolis, and take that from the Sudanese and Somalians at less than 6 months. They ain't built like that. I'm just saying that to say that they talking crazy. I ain't saying that promote no violence. I wouldn't go up there and do that. I wouldn't go do that. But I'm just saying, nah, they ain't nobody. They're not even built like that. They ain't gonna do nothing but all get deported. While they doing all that trolling, the feds is writing it down. You going on your IP address, saying all this, thinking they ain't watching. They looking. These white Americans ain't finna let no Africans or no Haitians take their country. You, this why I say they don't know where they at. They don't know where they at. You know what I'm saying? They don't know where they at. They all gonna go to prison. They gonna go to prison. They going to prison. That's where they going. It's gonna be raids, ICE, raids, ICE, sheriffs, deputies, raid, cuffs. They don't know where they at. They come from some other. They come from a slow place. Somalia slow. Sudan slow. Haiti slow. Jamaica slow. All them places is light years behind. They don't know nothing about the United States police, FBI, and law enforcement, and ICE. They have no clue what they dealing with. Why they think ICE is so quiet right now? Why you think? Why do they think they got them Haitians coming in and slowly putting them ankle monitors on, and it's so quiet? See, they don't know like we know. When it's a peace, when you think it's peace and safety, it's a sudden destruction in America. All of us know they finna hear them crazy. The Americans was up there stealing money. They was stealing money. They was in on the scam and the money. They wasn't. Let me tell you something. I'm glad you said that. Let me tell you something, real Benjamins. This what I say. These immigrants, they don't know who they playing with. They think them white Americans is smiling and they friend. That's what I'm saying. They don't know. They think, yes, they think that that white American dude up there is they friend. No, he not. By the time they find out he ain't their friend, they'll be in handcuffs. They'll be in cuffs and he won't. We already know how we go. They're gonna let they let the white dude go up there and play around with them and they look the same. They come kick the door in, the black ones go to jail, the white one get a slap on the hand and gone by his life. They have only ones know this game is foundational black Americans. We the only one know the game. If there's any white dude up there that's taking money or scamming, he gonna be allowed to snitch on them and get a break and get less time. All he gotta do is tell on as many Somalis as he can, and he going on, and they going to prison. They just don't know. They don't got. We know. We already know. Y'all black ass the only ones going to prison. Because they finna lock that lady up there. Up there, what, Minnesota? They finna lock her up. The one with the head wrap, they finna lock her up. They finna lock her up. She going to prison. She tried to change that money around and hide all that money she had. Try to hide the fact that she lied to come over here and all that. They finna lock her up. Yeah, they going to prison. They don't know these people. They either gonna hit them right before the midterms, but if they feel if they feel like they need a boost for the presidential run, they gonna hit them right after the midterms. Boom! Surprise! And use that to run for office. We cleaned up America. Look, they gonna hit them, but they gonna make sure it benefit them when they hit them. And see, one thing I don't know about white America, it's too quiet. It's too quiet. They got rid of the little short dude and they put Tom Homan back in there and it's quiet. Them immigrants don't know what that means. We know what that means when they get quiet. Hey, y'all, it's real quiet, right? It's quiet. What that mean in America? What that mean? It's finna go down, ain't it? Yeah, they gonna lock her ass up. She going to prison because she lied to get with a dude to come over here, married a cousin or something to get over here, allegedly. Then got married again to another dude and scammed, and now married to another dude. She going to prison. They just was talking about where all the money went. Now she don't got no money, but then she had a whole bunch of money. Man, that lady going to prison. Like I said, we the only ones know about America. They go silent. And then it'd be like an NWA album. Surprise, N-word. Come on, y'all know what's going to happen. Surprise. Y'all already know. Y'all know they too quiet. The government don't seem quiet. They're like, come on in. We'll put an ankle bracelet on you. Man, listen, they don't know nothing about these people. They ain't quiet. America ain't quiet on these illegal immigrants. They real quiet. They went and got rid of the short dude. They brought Tom Holman back, and he quiet. In America, what it mean if Tom Holman quiet? That mean he taking meetings. That mean they drawing it out. That mean they finna hit y'all like, boom! Because they finna hit them in a new way. They finna hit them big. They gonna make a big news story. They're not gonna hit them hit. They got a big hit surprise. Like they said, they got new vehicles. They ain't showed them to you yet. What kind of new vehicles? They'd invested a lot of money in ICE, but they ain't showed you what they bought. Then they got rid of the short dude and bought Tom back. And what have Tom been saying since he back? Hardly nothing. Have Tom had any big bucks since he been back? No. What that tell you? He's make a statement. His statement's real vague. Well, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. And he walk off. I said, oh, boy. They finna, boy. It's finna go down. Remember the Haitians up in New York was fighting against the police? And now they got the foreign mayor up there, act like he gonna go against the government and he gonna be on the side of all these immigrants? What's finna happen in New York? Man, they gonna hit New York so doggone hard, man. That mayor head gonna be spinning. And they'll grab him if they find anything. He going to jail. The mayor of New York, if he sneezed wrong, he going to jail. They can't wait to cuff his ass. Mandani, he just had no idea. Boy, you should have stayed in India or Pakistan or so. You should never came over here, boy. You don't know how this go. He don't know how this go. And all these suckers getting on the internet, backing up the illegal immigrants. You got to be out your mind to put a paper trail on this social media like that. Boy, you going too. They're going to kick your door in too. You watch. They been said, okay, the deadline over. When you ever know the European in America to say the deadline over and then nothing happened? He ain't from Uganda. He lived in Uganda. He ain't no Ugandan. He lived in Uganda. He not from Uganda. He's some kind of Indian or Pakistani or something. He from Pakistan or India, wherever he from. He lived in Uganda. His daddy and them moved there. That's what I said. They globe hopping. From here to there, then to here. They hopped into Uganda business. He ain't no Ugandan. Ugandans is black. Ugandans is African. So he ain't from no Uganda. He moved to Uganda. He was born in Uganda. Mm-hmm. His mama came there and had that baby in Uganda, and he raised up in Uganda telling the Ugandans what to do. But to me, wherever the hell he came from, he ain't no goddamn Ugandan. How you a Ugandan and you a Indian? Where his mama and them from? 'Cause that's what he is. You know, that's a new trick now. Your mama could come from India and have you in Nigeria. They say you're a Nigerian. This how they trying to do foundational black Americans. They trying to say you are the countries in. That's why we had to change our stuff to foundational black Americans. Because they want to be black and come here, a black Nigerian, and then become an American citizen, and then say he a black American. No, nigga, you ain't no black American. You's a Nigerian. Still. Your mama come in from Nigeria and have you, and now you say you a black American. Your mama from Nigeria. That's Mandani. He a Ugandan. But he don't look like no damn Uganda. He look like a Pakistani or wherever the fuck he really from. Yeah, Ugandan. Yeah, invaders. Yeah, a large population of invaders that still is Indians. Still come there with an Indian mentality and still be on some Indian stuff. And they ain't no Ugandans. Ugandans is Africans. You can't be no Indian Ugandan. But I understand what you're saying. I'm just not accepting it. Because that's some new trickery. Yeah, Arab. That's some new trickery that they doing. Come in, have these anchor babies and these babies, right? And then start calling these babies after the country. Now it's a bunch of confusion because the proper term is he's a Ugandan citizen, right? Chanel. So he's a Ugandan citizen, but they want to call him Ugandan. No, just because you're a Ugandan citizen, that don't make you no Ugandan. If I go and be an African citizen, that don't make me no African. So a Chinese man can go to Nigeria and become a Nigerian citizen, and now he's a Nigerian. No, he's a Nigerian citizen. Yeah, you are not, but you are Chinese. You not no Nigerian, but this how they playing games, Chanel. They playing games. That's why we had to be foundational black Americans, because they wanted to come here from Africa, be black, get American citizenship, and say they black Americans. That's why we had to get a new identity. Because that's what they wanted to do to us, Chanel. They was trying to do us just like that. That's why they mad we switched to foundational black American. They was going to come and be black American. They was going to come in from Uganda, Nigeria, and say I'm black and I'm an American citizen. And then start taking credit for all our history and everything. That's why they mad. That's why they mad. Because they was going to come in and be black Americans. I swear to God, Chanel. I'm glad you said that. That's what FBA is all about. They was going to come in and say, I'm black and I'm an American citizen. Now I'm a black American. He said it was an African American. See what I'm saying? So he a Pakistani, and then he wherever you just said he from, and then he come in now, he an African American. Because now you're African. So he could be whatever he want to be. He could be, he could be, he a Ugandan, he a Arab Ugandan, African American. My mama would call him I was right on the tip of my tongue, a damn lie. That's what my mama would call him. Boy, you still an Arab. Your mommy and your daddy, y'all some globe hoppers. You know what I'm saying? globe hoppers, stealing people's identity, tethers, attaching themselves to somebody else's culture. That's a tether. Now you're African American. Here, Arab, here, Arab, Ugandan, African American. Yeah, colonizer, a snake. The mayor of the biggest city in the United States. Because he already had a bunch of people there. What he did, he looked to see the voters, and he already had a bunch of foreign voters. Because New York ain't even America no more. LA ain't America no more. LA is Mexico and South Central America. New York is the Middle East. The New York ain't even America. Miami's not America. Chicago's the last city that's America. Big city. We got a bunch of other medium-sized city. Because Texas is Mexico. We the last ones standing on business. They try to take over the country. Yep, they try to take over the country. Straight up. It ain't gonna happen though. It ain't gonna happen. They're gonna throw them people out of here. Yeah, tethering is high level scamming, and it's basically a smooth invasion of your country. They found out a new way to invade without having to bring the military originally and invade your country and overthrow your country, overrun your country. Look at California. California's a third world country. Ruined. Anybody could be the president. They ain't even got to have no time in the country. You could be a mayor, but you ain't even got to be from here for no long time. You can just come over here and be the mayor. How you could just come into a country and be a mayor of a major city without really living in the country no time? That man ain't even lived over here no time. How he the mayor? Because they not really got their people over here to vote for him. They've been infiltrated the country. The country's totally infiltrated. And the reason the country is totally infiltrated, because white Americans was just watching black Americans and lost their country. Nobody want to tell the truth but Pharaoh. All of this is happening because white America spent all their time hating us, locking us up, being racist to us. And now another enemy is up behind their back with the knife. Tell me I'm lying. While they was hating on us, the other people snaked them. That's the truth. While they was watching us, they wasn't watching nobody but us. They ain't been harassing nobody but black people. They let all these Asians and Arabs and Indians and all these strange different type of Muslims sneak right in while they unaliving us, policing us, beating us up, unaliving our women, doing all this. And when they look up, they're going to be them being invaded by these other people, and then they're going to want us to go and clean it up. Because they about to lose their country because they was watching us. They don't be watching nobody but us. Them other people knew it. They're like, we can get away with anything. They ain't watching nobody but the blacks. The country totally infiltrated by Chinese. Chinese all over the damn place. They let the Chinese infiltrate the whole country, coming over here having babies and everything. That's why they're like, oh, we got to stop this birthright. Chinese then had probably 1 million, 2 million babies over here. That's over in China getting money. They got hotels where you go and they help you have a baby. Asian hotels. Some people say Chinese like hotels they done bought and you come and then they help you have a baby. Then the baby's a citizen. And now they're gonna want us to save it, but it's gonna cost them. That's why we say, all right, you gotta give us reparations. We'll help you, but you gotta give us reparations. We ain't finna do it for free. You're gonna have to pay the cost to be the boss. And give us immunity, and we'll clean it up if you let us do it our way. Let me do it my way. It'd be clean in 3 months. It won't take me nothing but 3 months. This place clean. You can bet that. And now make sure people got jobs, better education, or get the country back running. Clean up. Or we won't have to be underwater and on fire like we finna be this week and next week. That big hurricane finna hit Hawaii. It's gonna be crazy. That long thing, Peru or whatever it called, just hit and wiped a bunch of stuff out. A 10-mile tornado that's 60 feet wide that just went straight through. We had how many tornadoes? Because they all off whack. They got the whole planet off its square. They think they can just drop bombs and do all this and everything will be all right. They dumb as hell. That man up there in New York, man, New York ain't gonna be nothing when he get finished with it. That man can't run no damn New York. Them people gonna run over him. But we ain't got nothing to do with TPS. I don't know why. I don't know why the Haitians hating on us. Something wrong with the Haitians. How you hating on us? Do they know anything? Y'all the one got that lady calling us dirty black Americans. We don't got nothing to do with TPS. What do we got to do with TPS? Man, we ain't got nothing to do with TPS. It's some government stuff. They blaming us, the Haitians. They ain't got a chance. Hell, the Haitians, they can forget it. They can forget it. So that's what's up with that, y'all. Stay positive. It's all going to work out. But I'll tell you something, though, before we go. Keep your eye on the weather and get ready. Tomorrow, I'm going to do this to the news. I'm going to tell y'all everything going on. It's crazy. It's a lot going on. I didn't even want to talk about it today. It's too much. I'm going to talk about it later on today. I didn't want to talk about it yesterday, I should say, because it's already tomorrow. You ain't going to believe what's going on. It is too much. I ain't kidding. You ain't going to believe it. The weather is acting a fool. They got a fire going on right now that you will not believe. I ain't kidding. It's bad. It's bad. Let me tell you something. Get your survival stuff. You better get you some food, some water, a backpack, and certain stuff. You better get ready. You better have some like power sources for light. Cause we ain't finna have no light or no electricity. Go look and see what's going on with the weather. You'll see. Go look up that strange tornado that came through and go look at them people in the middle of the country. They totally underwater and it's gonna rain some more. I mean they underwater and it's gonna rain some more. And a hurricane look like it's gonna hit the big island of Hawaii. Never happened before. What they tell you? They think that thing might hit the big island dead on. It's a big ass hurricane too. Man, go look at all these natural disasters. You ain't gonna, yeah, 10 miles long and 60 miles wide, and it go like a straight line like this. And it just come through and tear up everything. I mean, it pulled the whole yards up, the whole trees, and the whole side. You know how usually you see the tornado pull the tree up and you see the roof like this? No, it pulled the whole grass up like a carpet connected to the tree. I ain't kidding. Hold on. Hold on. Let me show you this before we go. It's called a pair or something. Hold on. Oh, it's called Derek a DE. It's called DERECHO storm in Indiana. Man pulled the whole stuff up. the grass and everything. I ain't never seen nothing like that. I ain't never seen nothing like that. Pull the whole lawn up. I said, what the hell is this? I'm going to be talking about it on This the News this morning or midday, something like that. I can't find that picture of that. Here you go. Here you go. This one of them. Look. It's called a derecho, I think. A fast-moving bands of thunderstorms with destructive winds. The winds of a derecho travel at least 58 miles per hour and have been recorded as fast as 130 miles an hour. See how this tree look? It just pulled the whole grass and everything up. Man, that thing hit Indiana. Boy, let me tell you something. Boy, that thing hit Indiana. Man, let me tell you, it was bad. They say it'd be 10 miles long and 60 feet wide, and it goes straight for miles. It goes a long straight line for miles. And the water's crazy what it did to the water, the flood. Man, this country is messed up in the middle. They just ain't telling y'all, man, it's bad. It's bad, y'all. Get your survival stuff. Don't say I didn't tell you. Look at that water in Indiana. Indiana underwater and it's finna hit again. It's finna hit again. I ain't kidding. It's finna hit again. I kid you not. Look. 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 It hit Illinois too. Cause it go like for miles, like 10, like a lot of miles. It went through a few states. And it's like 10 miles long and it goes all, it's like a 10-mile long straight weird type of tornado. Something I ain't never heard of. That's how you know. Look it up. They don't know what them people gonna do. Illinois had to give them some relief, but man, they ain't gonna have enough money to save these people. The amount of miles this thing that covered, and that ain't even the winds from the tornado, and that ain't even the fires. That ain't even the fires. The fires, man, that ain't even the fires, man. I ain't telling you no lie. That ain't even the fires. You hear me? That ain't even the fires. They got the flood disasters. They got the fires. Man, they got all type of stuff going on. The fires is crazy. I ain't lying. I'm gonna talk about it tomorrow. Man, man, the fires is crazy. I ain't kidding you. Man, the fires is crazy. I'm telling you. Man, look at these fires. They can't do nothing with it. All up in British Columbia, all up in Washington, Oregon, everywhere, man. Like thousands and thousands of acres, and they all across the country. Fires. All the way up to Canada and all the way down to Florida. I ain't kidding. They don't want to scare y'all, so they ain't telling you. Look, California line fire explodes. They're everywhere, y'all. Look it up, you'll see. It's so bad. I had to take a break. I had to talk about it. And then Croatia, Greece, and France, and I'm on fire too. Europe on fire too. United States on fire, and Europe is on fire. Canada's on fire. I ain't kidding. I ain't kidding. It's bad, y'all. They just don't want y'all to know. It's real bad though. I'm nervous. I'm like worried about it. And I ain't really been worried like that. I ain't gonna tell you no lie. But I'm gonna be talking about it I'm gonna be talking about it in a few hours. I'm gonna break it all down. It's bad though. It's real bad, y'all. And Chicago is tripping. I'm telling you, the weather in Chicago is tripping. And them tornadoes and storms is all the way up to Indiana and south side Chicago. They had tornadoes hit 2 or 3 cities on the south side of Chicago, tore some stuff up. It's so many natural disasters, they can't even tell you. In order to tell you what's going on, the news would have to be on at least 2 hours. At least. It would take 2 hours. I am not exaggerating to tell you what's going on with the natural disaster. And that's just in Canada, the north, the northwest of America, and throughout America. That ain't even including Europe. If they tell you Europe too, it'll take 2.5 hours. Listen, I ain't gonna even deny that. Usually I'd blow that off, but not now. It's on some like Book of Revelation type stuff. Hey man, in Chicago, like 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 you could go outside and it'd be like 79, 80 degrees. Then it'll like rain for like an hour and a half, 2 hours till about 2 o'clock in the evening. Then when it stopped raining, you feel like it's about 90 some degrees, like real muggy and real hot. That don't happen after no rain. It's real creepy. It's like a different type of hot. It ain't no normal hot. I tell you that. I tell you that. It ain't no normal heat. Exactly. Because you right there, you know what I'm talking about. It ain't no normal heat. It's a different, I ain't never experienced that. It don't never get hot like that after no rain. That type of humidity back like that with all that water still. You can tell it look like it's raining. It look like it's dropping a lot of water, and it look like it's sucking it right back up. That's what it's like. That's the best way to explain it. It's like it's raining real hard, and then it's evaporating the water right back up. Usually it'll rain and the water stay there and it'll be kind of damp and moist and it'll go down into the ground. No. It seems like it seems like it's raining and then evaporating it right back up. That's what it's best way to explain it. Like you can feel the water going right back up. Like the rain don't like the rain, it'll cool. You know, when it rain, everything cool down. But when the rain is over, it don't get back hotter than it was before the rain. That does not happen in Chicago. I was trying to tell a friend of mine that. If it's 81 degrees and it rains in Chicago and it go down to 71 and it rain for an hour and a half and stop, it do not go up to no 88, 89. It'll stay down, around that temperature. Not now. It'll be this hot. It'll rain and go here. And then after the rain, it'll go there. Which I'm born in Chicago. It don't do that. It don't do that. And it's like, what's going on? Why is this so hot after a rain? And I mean, you don't see no water nowhere. Like if it rain real hard, you'll see some water, but it be gone quick. Like it all went right back up so it could dump it again. That's what it looked like. It's creepy. I'm sure my light's going to be out for probably 2 days or more. These lights going to go off. These power lines coming down. I ain't lying. Today I'm gonna be charging up. I gotta go help my daughter do some stuff. Nah, it ain't AI. Mm-mm. They want you to think it's AI, so you think they like God. No. That's they putting that out there so they don't look powerless. Like, nah, that's really us doing it. Nah, they ain't doing that. They ain't doing that. They cool with that scenario be out there because they rather you think they do it than to really know what's going on. They ain't doing that. They like that scenario though. Think about it. They like that scenario to make you think they all powerful. But what's going on now? They ain't got no power like that. Ain't no power like that. It don't even make no sense. It don't even make no sense they would do this. They're gonna keep pushing that conspiracy until it's obvious that ain't, bruh. It's they you know what? And I'm glad you said that because they trying to make it like they so powerful that it don't even storm no more. Every storm is AI. It ain't no natural storm. How you can destroy the planet and it don't be no crazy storms and the storms is AI, but everybody know you ruining the planet. But they say no. They rather say it's AI than they ruining the planet. I guess that's a better look. Like, yeah, let them say it's AI. We don't want them to know it's because we destroying the planet. They want you to think they rather you think they did it than to know they did it, but they didn't do it intentional. So they want you to think they did it intentional. No, this planet they didn't messed it up. because they cannot do what's happening. They can't do this. People gonna believe they doing it until they hit the White House with the president in there. That's when everybody be like, well, I guess they ain't doing it. Because it ain't no way they doing it. They ain't got nothing to do that. They always want somebody to think they like God. That they just doing everything. For some weird reason, right? Bro, this weather is so messed up. It's crazy. Anyway, y'all keep your eyes on it. That's what's up. At the end of the day, though, I don't appreciate them blaming us for TPS expiring. We don't have nothing to do with it. You know, what do foundational Black Americans got to do with Haitians being deported? I don't know. But look, y'all stay positive, man. But go get some water and you better go get some electrical backup and stuff. I'm going to tell you straight up and support the channel. Victory.